Premier Su Tseng-chang convened a meeting of officials early Friday to discuss disaster prevention for Typhoon Lekima. At the meeting, weather experts briefed him on the latest development of the storm. Lekima had delivered weaker than expected rains and winds this morning. That's because a gap in the storm's spiral rain bands, where winds and rains are relatively calm, happened to travel over Taiwan. Still, the premier ordered officials to monitor commodity prices in the wake of the storm.
For the second time in 2 days, Su presided over a meeting at the Central Emergency Operations Center. Citing weaker than expected rains and winds, Su asked for an update from the Central Weather Bureau.
On the cloud cover map, you can see the overall structure of the typhoon. The typhoon is tracking in a northeasterly direction. As it moves along slowly, it is drawing in the cloud system to its east. So right now, the rains and winds are weak because of that gap on the map. Later on, we could see more intense rains and winds.
The forecaster's explanation was cut short by the premier, who summarized the information in his own terms. The premier later said that information released to the public should avoid jargon, so that it is easier to understand.
You use a lot of technical terminology. When you're speaking to the public, you should draw from your expertise, but put the information in layman's terms. The rains and winds are weak, not because the typhoon has passed. It's because we are situated in the gap in the storm's rain bands. Heavy rains and strong winds could come later. That's my translation. I don't know whether putting it this way is straying too far. Is it incorrect?
Su also heard reports from other departments.
The relevant bureau should keep an eye on price hikes. We don't want anyone to artificially inflate the price of goods.
After the meeting, Su headed to the president's official residence to report on the typhoon's status to Tsai Ing-wen. Amid the typhoon, the government is communicating across all levels to ensure there are no oversights in its disaster prevention efforts.